So my mental health is not okay with this quarantine. Hello friends, welcome back to Joyful Half Acre. I'm Kim, and I am usually a really joyful person. I am happy most of the time. I find my joy and my hope is in the Lord Jesus, and so I can be happy in about any circumstances. But right now, I'm finding it kind of tough. So I just kind of wanted to talk to you today about the struggles that I'm having right now with this whole quarantine and not being able to go to church. It's really affected me. And if it's affecting
church at home?
Yeah, we do church at home, but we're not able to go and worship with fellow believers, and it's really getting to me. I really crave that time with fellow believers, and I think of it as like my battery charger. Sundays recharge me for the week ahead, and I haven't had that charging for weeks now, and I am really feeling it. I really need it. I feel like I'm running on empty, and I need to worship with like believers. So I did want to say I am a Christian, but I think what I'm going to say relates to even those who aren't Christians, people of other beliefs. That, let me just start by saying, when this whole quarantine started, at first I thought, well, I'm missing everybody at church, but my hope should be in Jesus. I should be able to rely on Him. And for about a week I thought, no, I just need to believe more. I just need to have more faith. I just need to lean on Him more. And while that's true, we all should, I realized after about a week of that Jesus surrounded Himself with fellow believers. Jesus had the 12 disciples that He was really close to, that He was able to confide in and teach. His human nature needed them. We are created to need that, or to really want and need that love and that others with us. And if even Jesus needed those people with Him, and Paul in the New Testament, he wrote much of the New Testament, he in some of his letters just wrote that he craved that love and missed his fellow believers, and he just really felt it deeply. And so if these men, if Jesus and Paul needed that love and friendship of others, then it's no wonder I do, because I am nothing compared to them, and especially Jesus. But even compared to Paul, I mean, I am nothing. And so if I need the fellowship and love of others, it's no wonder, because we are made that way. So I changed my thinking pretty quickly that no, I'm not being weak by requiring the fellowship with others. I am being human. I am being what I'm supposed to be. We're supposed to be in relationship with others and to love each other and care for each other and be with each other. And we have not been able to do that corporately. What are you laughing at? I've got a kid in the window. As I was saying, I have not been able to do that for weeks now, and I'm running on empty, and I need to get back to worshiping with others. And I'm betting many of you need that too. I'm betting most of you need that too, especially those who did go to church before are probably craving that, and those who didn't, I'm sure, are feeling that loneliness of being alone. We are not supposed to be alone. We are supposed to be with other believers and others and feel love of others. And so I just pray that we all would be able to go worship together soon. I did just hear, just a few minutes ago actually, that the governor in Iowa, which is where I live, has said that churches can decide themselves if they want to reopen, just with some social distancing guidelines. So I don't know how that would look, but I am just praying. I mean, dear Lord, please let churches open back up. Please, Lord, let those who want to worship you, help them to be able to, Lord. I pray that we would all be able to get back together, worshiping you corporately together soon. In your name I pray, amen. And I pray that for all of your churches too, not just mine, but I need to be with other believers, and I'm betting many of you do too. Most of you do too. I hope that you do anyway. And kids are fighting. And I feel like I'm a pretty strong person. I can usually take most things. As I said at the beginning, I'm a very positive, joyful person. I really am. I can look on the bright side of almost anything. Can find something good in anything. And there are good things that are going to come out of this. The Lord uses bad for good. So whatever the devil hoped to gain in all this, he's not going to win. Good will come out of this. But right now, some of us are really struggling. And while we can see that future...
I fell off the treehouse.
You fell off the treehouse?
Yeah, on my head and my back.
Your head?
I don't like
Be careful.
I like it. I'm going to do that again.
I would be sitting outside so you can see them playing, but it's really windy today. And now I forgot what I was saying. Sometimes I get rambling and yeah. Sometimes I repeat myself too. I have to do a lot of editing in videos because I'll say something and then I'll think, oh, I could have said it better. And then I'll say it again and I think, no, I should have said it this other way. So I ramble a lot and have to do a whole lot of editing. So I've said from the beginning that if we'd all just be healthier, we can fight off any virus. If we'd all focus on our health, we could fight this virus, the cold, flus. It all boils down to how well your immune system's working, and that depends on what you put in your body and on your body. And we all can make choices every day that affect our body for good or bad. And if we'd all just strive to do something better every day, do something little to improve our health every day, eat more vegetables, exercise, use more natural products, just simple things, then we'd all be healthier and we wouldn't even have to worry about a virus. No one would have to. That's why I'm actually doing a series on vegetables because if we'd all just eat more vegetables, use them in new exciting ways and, make tasty dishes, we'd all be healthier. Sometimes it's the simplest things that have the biggest outcomes. Take a walk, eat a vegetable, don't eat sugar. Then don't worry about viruses. You don't have to worry about social distancing because you're not going to get sick when you do get around viruses. We as Christians know that if we fill ourselves with the Lord, read the Bible, pray, talk to the Lord, surround ourselves with like believers. If we just fill ourselves with the Lord's word, and we can fight off anything. And part of that is God made vegetables. God made natural things. God did not want us to be putting fake stuff in our bodies. He created the perfect foods, and we have messed it up. So if we would just get back to nature, get back to the natural things that the Lord created, we'd all be healthier. I like to think of it as like, that saying that, somebody's trapped on the roof of their house in a flood and a boat comes along and the guy says, nope, God will save me, and something else comes along, nope, God will save me, and then the guy dies and God says, well, why didn't you take my help? I sent you the boat. I sent you this help. Well, that's what God's doing with us with vegetables and the natural things. He tells us in the Bible, He created animals and food, and He gave them to us. And if we would just use what He gave us and stop thinking we can do better with fake foods and all these chemicals and, yeah, I'm going to probably get haters here, but vaccines. We're injecting ourselves with all this fake stuff thinking we're going to make ourselves healthier. when all we would have to do is use what God gave us and we would be healthier. And I know it's not as simple as that. I know, because I fail daily. Yesterday I ate cookies, Monster cookies, and they were delicious, but they made me feel like junk. I do not feel at my best today because I ate junk. I know that. I own up to it. I'll admit it. It's not about perfection. It's about admitting to your faults and admitting that there's a better way and that health is the way to go and that we should all be striving towards getting better. So I think that's all I wanted to tell you all today. I am not okay with this quarantine. I need to be with other believers. I need to feel the love of other believers and to be encouraged and to be pushed to grow, and to just the sound of people singing in a worship service. I like to close my eyes and think about how that's how it's going to be in heaven someday. We're all going to be singing together to the Lord, and it's going to be beautiful. And I haven't felt that in weeks, and I need that. I need to feel that. So I'm just hoping that we all get out of this soon, and that we all would just be even more encouraging to each other and just love on each other even more and more, because we all need it a lot. I'm going to wrap up this video, but I did want to show you something. The other day I was talking to my daughter and I told her that, I just can't take this much longer, this not being with other believers. And I said, we can have 9 people together if we stand 6 feet apart. And we did the math and, used pi and everything. And anyway, we figured out how 9 people could get together 6 feet apart. So I'll show you that little video. We figured out the circumference with pi and the radius. So this is how we can get together if somebody wants to get together for a Bible study. 6 feet apart, 9 people. Looks kind of like a mini Stonehenge thing going on there.
Is there a cult going on here?
Yeah, no cults. We're just figuring out how I can get together with other people to worship the Lord. It's a good thing. Thanks for watching today, friends. I hope you'll like, subscribe, and continue to join us in this joy-filled life. And it is full of joy, and it will be full of joy even more when we're all able to be together again. So, thanks for watching. Bye.